It's about time you had a good morning. To be fair, the other one wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't like the best.
Yeah.
Always pumping up. Yeah, this is the area where it's gonna have some issues. That's really loud in my mic headset.
Boys.
Right. 2 secs.
Alright.
You must be missing me so bad. When you left, you said that I don't deserve you, but I can see that you don't wanna lose what we had. Oh, you're the one that I need. Let's just take it slow and just breathe. Loving someone is not easy, you know, but it makes us feel alive. So we go with the flow.
Wow. Go on. Oh. Wow. Could have done big moves today. You're on mute, by the way. I'm not sure if you know that. It's just sort of like Insta.
Oh, yo. Sorry. I was trying to talk and I was like, oh shit, I'm on mute. Yeah, this is a monstrous.
Mate, I was actually looking today to target like 800.
Yeah.
Could have had all. I could have had back in profits for the week.
Yeah, man. If you just held your buys.
I know. Because what? Yeah.
Oh, look at this. The thing is, though, the good thing is, if this does pull back to create some support, then yeah, this is going to be pretty solid because we're above that whole level now at this point. Because we got a lot of volume, then I'm going to be potentially looking at like smaller time frame entries. Good morning, YouTube. Yeah. I mean, once we break above 800, there's still plenty more upside at that point. Oh, this is gonna go, man.
It's hard as well because like when I got in, obviously I knew at some point there could be a further pullback to that support. You know, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I was asleep. I was asleep when that happened. Yeah, look, some days, you know, the move's gonna happen earlier. Other days, it's gonna happen later. You know, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, looking back though, just the way that 30-minute, you know, this whole move here was just so nice because unless we're coming back into it, we're not gonna come down, are we?
No, that's it. No, I mean you because you were up bright and early. You had the best position to push up into here and then fill that wick 100%.
Because what I was looking at was my first. I was gonna close somewhere around here, and then leave the runners up to here.
Yeah.
Because I was looking just to like have a big win if I was gonna have one, but wasn't the day.
Yeah, I hear that one. Well, either way, like right now, it's creating a high, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, get something solid. I'll jump in it.
Yeah, we need something pretty solid.
What'd be nice is like maybe pull back to 580, but then get a candle that closes above 630.
Yeah.
That's support.
Yeah, something like that would be pretty good. But no, if not, then I mean, obviously, the thing is, you don't want to say, oh yeah, you know, you get up earlier to catch the move, because that's not really how, you know, you have your trading time. If you come to the charts and it's done its thing, like that's it. Obviously, we wasn't expecting this 30-minute to pump up the way that the previous 30-minute candle closed at resistance. So I mean, on this day, it's moved up, but you know, for the remainder, I think, you know, somewhere in here would have been. Yeah, this is the thing. I was awake on like this candle here, and because it kind of like already came up to here, I thought the move was finished. But maybe I could have taken entry somewhere like within here, and then look to push up to like here. Yeah, no, generally speaking, I think somewhere over here should have potentially taken entries, you know. Would have made a lot of sense.
It's almost like that was the retest.
Yeah, that was just pulling back.
I mean,
These candles were just wicking down, pulling back, and then to push further up.
The thing is, I know that as well because obviously the amount of stuff we've gone through, we see that does retest that level. Yeah.
Yeah, once this support was created, like it weren't coming back. Do you know what I mean? Right. Yeah, I know you can't see me. I'm gonna put it on now. Right, there you go. Yeah, so at this minute, obviously price is making a high right now. You should be able to see me now. So yeah, right now price is making a high. Hopefully what we want to see is, you know, like London Open pull us back, create some support, and then we can retest this high and then continue to 800 would be my play here today. But yeah, we're not gonna stream for ages today. I wanted to wait till after the news, and then I got a little bit busy. Busy. We'll see how this 30-minute candle closes. Because if it closes, let's say it respects 151.630, then we could see like more of a retracement. What's this range gonna be? It's gonna be like 18, 19 pip range. Right, can you see the screen now? Should be able to. Quick 15 pips when it broke the 4-hour high. Okay, nice. Yeah, if that's how you like to trade, that's pretty good. I would have been very careful of this area though. This was the area that we were talking about just before the stream started. It's like a previous 4-hour level, and if you look left, like there's been a lot of resistances and a lot of issues at that area, so we'll have to see. I'm personally now looking for like a support to form, you know, to anticipate that we should continue this move bullish, but we'll have to wait and see. You're not going to be able to catch them all, but yeah, like I think this morning, yeah, I think as this candle was coming down, I could have taken entries somewhere in here. That was my fault. I wasn't on the charts properly in that then, but I was on my phone looking at it. That's where I should have been in the trade. With stops below here or below here, and then look to push up to here and fill that, and then it would have been a banging trade. Yeah, this is literally like what we look for like every day, you know.
Yeah, the only thing about this was though, you had the news coming in. And
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
But I think it was like, you know, with the news, as long as your stops were in a certain place, you know, we can clearly see that the news didn't really do much.
that thing is like why I shouldn't have got out, and what happened was it was just consolidating before the news really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
But it's flipping now. It's continuing.
Yeah, it's cool. There's not enough range to take a buy at this point.
So maybe you'll make a high and then 800 and then pull back.
Yeah. Because based on the 4-hour, obviously we can bang all the way up to like 950. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's plenty more upside. 1 hour time frame as well. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, at the end of the day, like, from a consistency point of view, we wouldn't have wanted to have taken buys here, because then if we start pulling right back, you're going to be sitting in drawdown, and unless you had like really wide stops, so let's say you had entries over here, your stops really would have to be probably, I'd say, over here to be completely safe from any pullback or retracements. But at this point now, we're going to have to wait for a pullback, otherwise it's not going to work out very well. But I think this 630 zone is sweet now that we've seen it just pump up through. So let's just look at the daily for a sec. I mean, so daily, yeah, I'd say daily we can come up to 950, 920. You know, we also have this wick to fill around 152. You know, so in fairness, like, we have a lot more upside. 4 hour as well. I think 950 would be a good shout. 1 hour, yeah, I think 950 would be a good shout for targets today. We just need some support to form at this point. What is it you are looking at, so I can pull it up on Trading View? This is GBP JPY is what I'm looking at. GBP JPY. But yeah, we're not going to be streaming for long today. Yeah, this should tap 800, 820, and then from there it'll be super nice if we can pull back a bit, create some support. That's what I'm kind of looking at. but the range is very limited between 900 and 8. Yeah, it's literally like a 12 pip range. Let me neaten up the zone a bit. I mean, this whole area is kind of resistance in fairness, so that will have to stay. GJ could go to 152 next if this good bullish candle. We'll have to see. I think 950 is incoming today though. 151, 950, and then 152 would be like, yeah, like a super target there. Been in buys from 151, 600. Nice. It's pretty good. So you'd have to take it impulsively, right? Once we started breaking above the highs over there. Oh yeah, look at that. It's moved up to 800 over here. Yeah, 100% man. Should have been in buys from this 6 a.m. Just wish I was on the charts, man, instead of looking for my silly car keys. Yeah, this would have been a class area to get in. And then look to push up to here. Right, we've got London Open coming up in around 3 minutes time. So I think what would be nice to see a solid, like we were saying, a solid pullback will be the best option at this point. Because I think it's one of those, it's either just going to run and that's it, like we can't really do a lot about that, or it's going to give us a solid entry when we pull back to create some support. Gold, so looking at gold, I'd say gold is in a bit of a tricky spot right now. I'd say based on the 4 hour, you could see more upside. 1 hour time frame though is at support, so you want to be very careful at this moment. Yeah, you're at support right now, so you can't take sells. There's no buys either. So I think gold is in a bit of a tricky spot. But a good selling opportunity would be down to around 1762 on gold. But for buys, I mean, I think buys are very limited until we're maybe above like 1776, and then you have these clean moves coming up. Otherwise, it's just in this range right now. This is consolidation. Yeah, she's hit 820 now at this point. I mean, this 5 minute obviously showed that we were pushing up, you know, came up into these wicks, etc. But I wasn't really expecting it to just pump like that, you know.
So on the 5 minute, what made me actually close the other half was the news was coming in, and I was like, hey, in the meantime, we were expecting.
Sorry, I moved like that, yeah.
Oh.
Go on. Do it. Say again.
Yeah, I come out like 2 minutes later, and it was like pumping up. I was like, it's not my day.
See, yeah, that was the news candle. This 5 minute candle, but it did not, like, it just pulled back. That was it.
Yeah.
But before that opportunity, you know, it kind of pulled back at like 6 a little bit, and then continued pushing up to retest that. Oh, we're already moving above this range now. So I think this range kind of becomes invalid unless we can create support above it. If this just runs to 950, then I mean at that point we just have to wait for support to retest the high. That's it. There's no two ways about it. If there was enough range, I was going to say this 5-minute candle would have been a good shout as it starts to break the highs to continue. There we go. So London Open's coming in now. So hopefully we get a nice deep pullback. But the way that Open moves, it's very, could do that, could do something else. So we'll have to see. If it's creating a bottom wick, you know, then it's going to just continue going, which would be crazy. But it may do that. But obviously what we want to see, we want to see a pullback. We want to see a high made. We want to see a high made like what we did over here. We want to see a retracement, and then we want to see a support. If we get that, there'll be a great opportunity to retest this. But we know GJ, and we know that sometimes they're just going to run. But it has to make a high somewhere though. Do you know what I mean? It has to make a high somewhere. Doesn't it, Mr. Kelsey?
Indeed.
Well,
that was a huge 5-minute candle, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was huge. That was really, really huge. I mean, London Open is just... I bet you the one day it's going to just continue the move. Rather than pull us back, it's going to continue this move up.
Yeah, you might get a pullback later today.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait for that. Yeah, going to have to wait. Because, I mean, we do not want to get caught buying at the high. You know, that is the worst thing you can do. Like, when you see this, there's literally 1 to 2 options. The first option is nothing. Nothing. Or the second option is wait for support. Wait.
Nothing's felt with you.
Yeah, I meant support. Wait for support. But yeah, no, to be honest, like, I mean, if I just was on the charts earlier, man, would I had a solid trade today. But that's just how it goes, isn't it? But Kelsey, man, no excuses from you, early bird.
No, there is no excuses for that.
No.
I should have been having a good day today.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is, this is the thing though. I thought, yeah, because when I was on the charts, like, because it had tapped into here, that was it, like it was finished. But then, you know, what I should have realized is, like, this candle here, right? It came down first, and we never really, like, pushed up into this kind of area. So I should have taken entries on this candle here, and then wrap my stops, like, either over here or over here, and then look to, like, push into here, and then go break even to, like, extend for the day. But I think that was on the news candle, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I had my stops in such a good place. Like,
Yeah.
the best possible.
Oh yeah.
I think that as well, that loss probably got the better of me yesterday. So like today I felt cautious, which I shouldn't be affected by that.
No, I know. That's
Got
the
to work
thing.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell, if I have the confidence to get in it, I should have confidence to hold it.
That's it, man. Yeah, look, Open's gonna push us up to 950. What a move.
It's kind of retested 800, isn't it? It's just
Yeah, it's just gonna go.
carry on.
Yeah, now we wait for support at this point. It's gonna be a long day. Gold is just ranging right now. So for anyone who's looking for gold trades, I just would say wouldn't. I'd say maybe a good shout might be above this area, this kind of area here. I'd say above 1772 is going to be a good shout, because above here, if this is like a resistance, right, this is your 4-hour wick fill. So 4-hour is over here, this is your wick fill. So if we break above that area, right, if you get a candle closing above that area, it gives you a much higher probability to see the next one also continue up to fill that range on the 4-hour. This is your 4-hour range. Yeah, this is going to continue. First 5 minutes. So it's a bit of a waiting game at this point. That candle was a good shout on the 5 minute. That one right there. The way that it rejected that area, I think that would have been the solid 5 minute candle, and then look to push up into like these kind of levels here.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have closed in the 5 minute unless we actually started to close back below. Well, matching now is here. It's just like this wick area.
Yeah, I just personally think like until you had this 30-minute candle broken. Where was your stops again? Below the 30-minute candle or down over here?
Yeah, my stop's down here.
Oh mate, it was in such an amazing position.
I'm kicking myself.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kick yourself a little bit. I need to kick myself as well because I could have taken entries in a good manner. Oh, there you go.
You still had the chance to get him.
Well,
152.
the difference is though is that like it's like you had the confirmation candle, but then it's like you're taking entries as a candle's coming bearish, and part of you's always like when you see that, you know, you never think, oh, now's a good time to enter. It's always like, okay, if you wait for support here, then you take a buy. But if you look, you know, support never came, it came here, and then you're like, oh, but we got resistance, there's not enough range, makes no sense. So, but it did make sense. It exactly made sense. Because I could have taken entries somewhere in here, put stops over here, and then like look to fill that range. But yeah, just gotta learn from it, I suppose. But yeah, look, price has hit 950 at this point. So I mean, in terms of more upside, it's gonna be very tough, I think. It definitely can continue on. I mean, in terms of like the next area, obviously we got 152. Oh yeah, we got 152. Once we break above 152, we've got another range here on the 30-minute time frame, coming up to. I mean, that's crazy how we've hit 152 already. 152, 200. So yeah, at this point, it's literally just can't do anything. It's gone, you know, it's gone, and now you have to wait for support. Did you see that Keir Starmer got kicked out of a pub? Did you see how that Keir Starmer got kicked out of a pub?
Nah.
Oh, that's funny, that is.
I swear you said that twice. I said nah twice, but I thought you might have thought I said huh.
Oh no, I thought you said huh, yeah.
Yeah. Like when I've walked down just like around my town, I've just see so many like smashed bottles and stuff now, like kebab boxes just chucked. Never had that for a while.
No.
It's funny though how they just like open stuff and the weather just starts to get nice.
Trust.
Like that well.
Man, a lot's going on in the last couple of days. You had that European League or whatever that they're talking about.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That is.
it's crazy. Because I saw like even playing internationally, a lot of players won't be able to.
Yeah. No, I know.
There's surely got to be a better way around it.
Surely.
I think it's wrong how it's like the teams can't get relegated. I think there should be like some system that integrates
It's not just.
the leagues with it.
Yeah, it's not just that though. I mean, it's like. I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I'm not gonna offend any Arsenal fans or anything, but
At Arsenal.
they're 8th in the table right now, and they're trying to say they're in the top 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where was the qualifiers for that? Do you know what I mean? There was none of that.
Because you had like, you think about Leicester, they've been doing well for the past 5 years. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And they haven't got these. I mean, they haven't got like a lot of money and big names and. Exactly. That's a great point. Precisely right there, mate.
So I haven't even checked the table. Liverpool are sick. What happened?
I don't know. I think I looked at it yesterday because when I saw Arsenal up there, I was like, man, they got a cheek, haven't they? I swear they're like 9th or 10th, and I looked at it, they're like 8th. I'm like,
The 9th, yeah.
man, that's just wrong. It's a
West
goal.
Ham though, doing good, aren't they?
Yeah, West Ham are, yeah.
Just seen they lost against Newcastle the other day. 3-2.
Madness. Looks like gold's gonna push down over here. It's breaking the lows on the 15-minute time frame. Let's take a look. I think gold could easily come down to around 1766,500 based on the support we have to the left. Yeah, gold should come down to, just look on the 5-minute. I think there would have been a good shout. On this 5-minute candle would have been a good shout. Oh, look at that. Yeah, gold's going to come down to 1766,500. It's filled the wick on the 30 minutes. Filled that wick. Should continue down. And then it's got another range. I think GJ's starting to show little signs of potential pullback. But we'll see. Because there's a lot of volume, I think it's going to be important to also like pay attention to the 5-minute. You know, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, one 5-minute candle, but in terms of like structure, you know, we can pull back to say like here and create support, or here. Do you know what I mean? So we just want to make, because obviously you're going to see 5-minute bearish candles, whatever, right? You see 5-minute bearish candles, and then the minute you see a nice rejection style 5-minute candle, you know, you may miss it, and then we wait for the 15 to close, and then it starts pushing up. We've seen that before. So because there's a lot of volume, has to be considered. Man, I'm just like sitting there thinking like, ah, if I'd just been on the charts when I usually was, we'd be laughing right now.
Yeah, I should be laughing.
Yeah.
I should have made back everything yesterday and some.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it wasn't like the easiest day. Like, I mean, we did just have an absolute push of volume at 7:30. Like, you know, you would not expect to see that type of candle. Plus, in a normal circumstance, we did say like 6:30 level would have been a very difficult position based on that 4-hour level. Like we did, you know, in most circumstances, you see how price reacts at those sort of levels. but clearly there's something, there's some form of volume here, right? The other thing as well is we've got the same problem tomorrow. We've got more news. I think it's tomorrow we got more news. What's this? Buy the euro, sell the pound as UK vaccine news priced in, say HSBC. It's fine. How can they recommend? How can they recommend that? Surely they're in the opposite position, no? Surely they're gonna say that because they're in pound buys. Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't see how that makes any sense. Oh, we had some oh, I see. Yeah, so tomorrow, we had unemployment. So tomorrow is pretty rammed. I mean, it's CPI, we've got HPI, we've got the Monetary Policy Committee speaking. So what they CPI, they're expecting an increase. Right, when was the last time that happened? Same again, they expected an increase in the previous month, which was, that's the 24th of March. 24th of March. When was the 24th of March? That's April. Here we go, 24th of March. Oh. Was there CPI news then? Because that candle then gave you the confirmation. And what was it? So they expected, hold on. They expected 0.8, I think. So yeah, they expected 0.8, but it was less. So if it's less, that means obviously not good for the pound, right? So then that would mean that in February, price should have gone bullish. 0.7. Right? Let's take a look. What did I say? What date was that? 17th of Feb. of Feb. Yeah, it did go bullish, but I mean, obviously we didn't really break above anything, and it went bearish later on. That looks like a disgusting day, to be fair. But yeah, there you go. Right, we are seeing a little bit of a pullback over here on pound yen, which is obviously good. So now we need a solid high to be made and some form of a support to form. Daily. Yeah, maybe we're gonna react at this area. The thing is, like, I expected kind of that we would react here, which is obviously good, right? But obviously what we kind of want is still just to retest the high. I don't think we'll get, like, it would be nice to get further upside than that, but like this zone on a daily is, like we basically tapped into this zone now. So this is why we're obviously seeing that rejection. So like that is why we do need further support to push through that zone if we're gonna do that. But we've kind of came to it and we've like tapped into it, and now we're seeing a little bit of a retracement. but we'll have to wait and see. New 5-minute candles opened up. I'd rather see a couple of 5-minute candles bearish and then a solid 5-minute bullish candle to then anticipate further upside, rather than it just continue breaking highs and continue up. Because although we've hit this 950 level, this next range is not like amazing, you know. It's like a 10-11 pip range. It's not the best situation. Yeah, a nice retracement would be solid. Gold. Ooh, gold came down to 1767,500 and then retraced. Yeah, very, very, very difficult position. Yeah, I'd say good buys on gold are going to be above this area though. 1771. Based on the 4-hour to start flipping bullish and then continue moving up would be a good shout. Yeah, we're gonna be a little bit of waiting over here, man. It's gonna be a little bit of waiting. Boom, 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 boom.
The thing is, there's not really much in the way. I suppose you've got to level out. It's that 9. Oh, okay, I see why you got that. But yeah, like if we can get, we might not even get back below 800. We might just see a support form there.
Yeah.
And then you could take it up, expecting that 950 to break and get up to 152.050.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But I'm liking this pullback so far. So you're waiting for a 15-minute, 30-minute support to continue up. Going to be less momentum. Yeah, gonna need a support to form. I don't think it's about less momentum. It's just about, you know, like you've had a lot of volume. We're now retracing. If we can create some support, you know, then you have probability that we're gonna retest the high. So I think focusing on that should be very good. So we create a very weak support on the 5-minute time frame. see how this 30 and 15 minute candle close over here. Okay, so there's a nice retracement over here. Just gotta wait for support. I mean, if we get the whole retracement back down to like 600, I mean that's the ideal situation, because then we can have the whole range to play with again. You know, and now we've cleared all of our issues within this range. You know, that 650, 630 level, all of that would be then cleared at that point. So at this very moment, just gonna have to wait to see some structure forming. Yeah, daily is really tapping into that area and pulling back a bit. But it's good for us. So we've got 20 seconds left over here for the 30-minute counter to close. Okay, 15-minute candle close bearish, 30-minute candle close bearish. So now we wait for support to form. Okay, what I kind of want to see is this 15-minute candle start breaking the lows, and then we know that we're going to either see further downside, or if it breaks the lows and closes bullish, then we will look at, okay, potentially creating support on the 5-minute time frame, etc., then to continue moving back up. Right, YouTube, you guys are very, very quiet today. What are you guys looking at? Looks like gold is reacting. So 1 hour candle, maybe creating some support. 4 hour candle. Yeah, I'd say really good buys above gold. Really good buys on gold are going to be above 1771,500. Yeah, this kind of area right here. Neaten this up. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good range to take a buy. Beautiful retracement on pound yen. What I like to see. So hopefully we can get a nice solid support form. This area, we could see some reactions here on the 5-minute. Right, 151,670. Because this is a support. That's our most recent level. This area right here. It's our most recent support level. So if we can create support here again, then it makes sense to see that this is becoming our target now. So it's exactly what I wanted to see, which is good, because to be honest, I looked at the way GJ's moving, I was like, yeah, this is just gonna go. This is just gonna go. There's no point looking at it. It's just gonna continue, and yeah. But now this is a much better retracement in my opinion, because overall, even if this whole 4 hour leaves the big wick and everyone's like, oh, rejection, the next 4 hour, you know, it's going to do one or two things. It's going to move up first to fill it and then come back, or it's going to create a bottom wick first and then fill the whole thing and continue, you know. So you have to think about the way in which candles move. But this is pretty nice, because now if we get a solid support form, we have a really nice range to take buys. So I'm pretty happy about that. Was looking for better buys on gold above 1776. Above 1776. Oh, we're already moving above that area I was talking about. Yeah, above 1776 is going to be good, because you have this clean range over there. It's gonna be good. The only thing for me is look at the 4 hour now on gold. This is exactly what I was looking at. So since this 4 hour candle closed bullish, And when we, obviously we came to the chart, this one was bearish, and this was a minor resistance. And if you look, this was the 4-hour wick that we left from the Asian session. So if we broke above that area, it made sense to see the 4-hour candle push up. So if you take a look on the smaller time frames, obviously volume just pushing up out of nowhere. You got this 5-minute candle bursting up. But what would you want to see? For me personally as well, would be a pullback, right, on the 5-minute time frame, a support on the 5-minute time frame if we're not going to have the volume, if we're going to have a lot of volume, and then to see that extension and fill that 4-hour wick. If it just does it, then then you're going to have to wait for buys above 1776, aren't you? But yeah, this in my opinion was a good shout above this area, and then this would be the target. Above here, I think it's like, very, very tough because you've got this whole area to the left hand side. You do have clean candles, but I'd say this is going to be a good range. Coming up to like around 1782 level. For me, would be a good shout. So pound yen is retracing, which is good.
Finally.
Yep, finally.
What do you reckon if we get a close below 580, then get back close back above?
That would be a good shout. Yeah, we can see that happen. We can get a close back below, and then you can get a candle closing back above. That would be nice, because that would be like a liquidity grab on the 1 hour. That would be like a 1 hour support. But we'll see.
Yeah, because at this point, the 4 hours were tracing, but it can still. Obviously, I was in the previous 4 hour.
Yeah.
It was a tracing, and that's where I got in, and it started to push back up. Could easily do that again.
100%.
I suppose. Oh yeah, that's the reaction off 950 where it's coming to.
Yeah. I think we're just seeing a big reaction off of that daily level, because this was a previous resistance level.
I see that.
Yeah, and I think as well, maybe because we're coming into this weekly rejection area that we had previously, which is fine. Doesn't mean we're not gonna break through. It's not like, oh yeah, no, we're not heading up. It's like it's that initial reaction to it, Plus we tapped into that 4-hour level. I think we'll see what it does. Got plenty of time. But one 5-minute candle at this point is not going to be sufficient to fight these, clean, big bearish candles. Also, I was looking at yesterday, and I think this area was the solid play for buys at 130. Once we created that support, should have been in those all day. Such a good shout to see further upside.
Could have held a runner.
Yeah,
Go.
trust me. So the 5-minute candle is obviously closing bullish, but the 15-minute candle is bearish. So we'll have to see how it closes. 30-minute candle's also got a little while to.
I hate it when like candles don't even come back to support. They close like here, and then the next one just goes up.
Yeah,
Obviously, it happens on the 5-minute.
yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, hey guys, how do you feel about UK oil broken out to the upside on the hourly but at daily resistance? Should I long? I'm confused. However, it's broken and retested hourly range. Well, David, the best thing I can say is if you send a chart, is going to be the easiest thing for me to take a look and see how or what your like outlook or your analysis is. Otherwise, it's very difficult for me to try to say in that sense. So if you want to send a chart, that's going to be a lot easier for me to take a look at what you mean and if it's a valid idea. But if it's at a daily resistance, then obviously that's a key level. So you do want to pay attention to that. Yeah, I see us pulling back further to do maybe a retest of 600. We want to see this candle wick down first and then start to go bullish. Because if it wicks up first, higher chance it's going to come further down. Especially from a 5-minute point of view, this 5-minute candle is not a strong candle whatsoever. Because even, I know like we don't trade the 1-minute, but in here, there'll be further resistance forming. Which means that it's trying to push further down. So we've got 13 minutes left for the 30-minute and the 15-minute candle to close. So we're going to wait and see what happens. I got MT4, but I will quickly draw on trading. Sure. You don't have to just put a couple of lines and I'll work out. Ooh, look at that on gold. 30-minute candle's got like 12 minutes left, but I think more than likely at this point it will move up to 1775. QJ as well. If you take a look at the 15-minute candle, like I said, if it makes the top wick first, to me it seems that we will continue further bearish at that point. But yeah, whenever you're ready, David, I will check that out. Yeah, come on guys, let's get these likes up on the stream. We've got around 10 likes. Let's try and get some more likes over here. Yeah, 5-minute candle's not looking strong at all. Say the only good shout, what we might want to see from a 5-minute point of view, if we see the 5-minute do something like this, right? Wicks down, breaks below these lows, and then flips the 15 bullish. That would probably give us a good shout to say, okay, we now have a support created right here, and then we can continue back up to here. That's what I want to see. I want to see this 15 make a much more of a lower wick and then close bullish. What if it closes about 50? What if it closes without a bottom wick on the 15-minute chart? It depends. It depends on the candle, because I mean right now it's a very weak candle. Even if it was to close, you know, where it is right now, it's a very, very weak candle. So I'd probably want to see some structure forming to say that we'd head up. You know, let's say the 15 closes like a really weak bullish candle, then we wait for the 30-minute candle to close. We wait for the next 15-minute candle to close, sorry. Now I know the 15-minute seems like it wants to maybe push up, so we'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. You know, if we get a nice strong close somewhere over here, and it has that little bit of a lower wick, we'll have to see. Because in terms of stops, it'd have to be below here. So if we pull back deeper, then it's not a good shout.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about this is like if the outcome to close, it could be creating its bottom wick to have the next candle to come down.
Yeah, that's very true. We'll have to see how this 15-minute candle closes, to be honest. I think maybe paying attention to this kind of area here as well. The thing is, if yeah, it's very tough to say right now. It's a very, because in terms of like a 15-minute candle, you wouldn't look at that and be like, yeah boy, we're heading up. Do you know what I mean? You'd want to see the candle close maybe like somewhere over here, like a lot stronger, like, you know, like this sort of size. You know, that's a fairly better candle, right? Than you would anticipate. But the way this closing, we could easily see the next one wick up and then start driving further down. So I think it's just best to wait for it to close and then see what it's saying in the last couple minutes.
It's always better when the candle wick into this area first, then close bullish.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then it's,
sorry.
you know, you've had that level being respected, whereas now at the moment we don't know whether we're going to still come back down to here.
Yeah,
and then where your stop's going to be, they're probably have to be down here.
Yeah, 100%. Right, I will check out your chart in just 1 second, David. I am liking the way the 5 minutes is setting up though. If it is going to respect the lows like this and start moving up to fill the wicks, and if we're going to close, the thing is I want to see the 5 minutes closing back above this kind of support here. If we can't, then yeah, we're going to create resistance in here to come down. Yeah, no, it's flipping back bearish at this point. Yeah, we got to wait. Right, David, let me take a look for you, mate. On a quick one. Okay, so this is oil. So you're looking for buys above the 1 hour. On MT4 this is already retested, so maybe it's changed because of broker break and retest. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I would say you would want to wait for this 1 hour candle to close and then maybe see if the next one could like break the high to continue up, or you could take it impulsively as it starts to break the high, but your stop would need to be below the current 1 hour candle. But yeah, I think it's a good shout. I mean, I can't really see what's to the left, etc. But if that's your next zone, then yeah, you should see a nice move up at that point. So yeah, looks good. Yeah, 5 minutes not looking good now. You can see how it's not respecting that area. So to be honest, what I kind of like about this right now, if you think about it, is now this becomes our like key level right here. So even if we dilly-dally in here, and then if we start to break back above this level, that to me is going to be a confirmation to say that, okay, we should now start heading back up. Because this is the type of thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see this wick down, create that bottom wick, you know, and then see how the candle closes. But I think this area is the key level here. It's not going to be a good shout if we can't close back above there. True, I could do the one tick above the candle close so that I don't get traded in a non-tradable move. Yeah, you could have it slightly higher. It's not a bad shout. It's completely up to you. Right, I think what we'll do is we're going to see how the next 15-minute candle closes. If we close back in the range, I'm just going to call it a day on the stream, and then I'll see what's up after the stream. But yeah. Yeah, it's got 5 seconds left. The good thing is closing not like a strong bearish candle. So what we kind of want to see, what I want to see from the next 15-minute candle is for it to do something like this. Nice wick down and then start driving up to fill that wick, and then we can anticipate the next candle to also go bullish. That's what I want to see. That is my plan right there. If that doesn't happen, no trade. If we just start popping down in here, the only way you'd be looking for buys at that point, if I see solid closes back above, like a fake out situation. But it may, I want to see it wick into here and then kind of like do that. You know, that's my ideal situation, because then I can have a nice stop below here, and then we've just got these clean candles at this point. Obviously the whole move has been corrected, right? So you have to we also have to keep that in mind, that sometimes when the whole thing's been corrected, I mean, what's the chances that it's going to correct the correction, if you think about it like that? But still made a high. You know, there's a probability factor in our favor. The bias is heavily bullish, so for me a solid support over here would be a good shout. So yeah, nice wick down into that area. Keep an eye on the 5. But my key level on the 5 is this kind of zone here at this point. Just so people are aware. David's in the long. Very nice, very nice. Let me know how it goes, mate. Oh, beautiful on gold though. 30-minute candles now closed above on gold. Let's take a look at the 15-minute, 5-minute. I think if you get a 5-minute support created over here, that would be such a good shout to take buys. 1 hour candle also rejected that area. 4 hour candle still open. Yeah, the last 1 hour of the 4 hour, we could see a nice move up. Yeah, I think you want to see a 5-minute support being created here though. This is going to be the safest option. Gonna keep an eye on that. But yeah, like I say, we're gonna give it 15 minutes to see how this candle closes. If it closes below like 580, then I'm gonna finish the stream. But yeah, guys, if we can get some likes over on the stream, that'd be great. Nice 15-minute candle. Starting to project, but we need to wait for it to close. So we've got the last 50 minutes of the 4-hour here as well. We've got 9 minutes left for the 15-minute candle to close.
Yeah, at least when there's 15 minutes to close above 6, yeah, 670.
You want to close above
Because
670?
for that 5. Oh well, I mean at least because that's where that 5 minute.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because if it closes not above that level, then we could easily see like a further bearish candle, and then we may need to wait for the 30-minute candle to close.
Yeah, it has to be a strong candle because otherwise, yeah, the low could just be broken and we could head further down.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this 15 closes bearish and the 30-minute can overall close bullish. Quite strong.
Mhm.
Decent range back up though.
Yeah, good range, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get the whole thing. I'd like to at least mirror that candle there, and then look to go like most of my position out. That would be my idea. Oh, damn. GJ. Good morning, A-Rod. Happy 420 from the States. Yes, mate. Love to hear that. Yeah, I'll probably be celebrating that later tonight. I got my first haircut today booked in from like 3 months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, happy 420, man. I would have said it, but I don't know who's into all that. But yeah, respect it, respect it. So we've got 2 minutes left for this candle to close, which may mean that we need to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, which isn't so bad because the 30 minutes obviously going to be stronger than a 15-minute candle, right? So all in all, it doesn't it's a better confirmation anyway. To see the first half bearish and the second half bullish, in my opinion, is a better confirmation than seeing a bullish and then a bearish, because then if we get a bullish and then a bearish, then you can get the next one wicking down, hitting you into drawdown straight away. And then, you know, if you start already moving down to start with, it's going to be very, very difficult at that point. But even if this 15 closes bullish, it depends, because I want to keep an eye on this 5-minute area. So it may even be once the next one starts to break above that little 5-minute zone over here. And until then, over here. And until then, I'm not so sure that we're going to head up. So we've got like a minute and a half over here. Yeah, because it's not the strongest 5-minute right now. I'd want to see 15-minute candle. I'd want to see a close above like 151,660. Or if the first 5 minutes breaks above, then I would execute, because otherwise this is too weak for my liking. Way too weak. Ooh, no support on gold. Back in the range. Yeah, I did say wait for support on the 5-minute if you're looking for gold buys. Okay, we've got like 30 seconds left, right? Okay, so the 50-minute candle closed bearish, so there's still no buys in here. But the good thing is, notice how the candles went from, you know, mid-sized candle, strong bearish candle, wicked up, weaker candle, and then another weaker bearish candle. So if we get a nice strong bullish candle close over here, that will be when we get a 30-minute bullish candle, and then we can anticipate price to continue up. But to be honest, I think we're gonna finish on the stream here today. Otherwise, that means I'll have to be on the stream for another like half hour. So yeah, I think we're gonna do a shorter session today. Busy day. I'll give it a couple of minutes and then we'll finish off. So if anyone's got any questions, anything, now is the time to ask. Now is the time to ask. Ba-ba-bam. Okay, nice. Moving up over here. I don't think it's going to be a good idea to take impulsive buys. For those of you who are looking at that kind of idea, I personally don't agree with that. I think we're going to have to wait for the candles to close over here. If the first 5 minutes breaks above like 151, 660, maybe, but not. That's not like my ideal situation right there. Alright then guys, we're going to finish off in the YouTube. We need a bullish close to go up. Awesome.
Maybe you could break the highs at 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's going to break the highs, but I'm not going to execute based on that. Yeah, I know we need a bullish close, that's what I'm waiting for. Right, Danny James put an emoji. Okay. Don't know what that means. Right. Right then guys, thanks very much. We're gonna finish off there today. I know it's a shorter stream, but I've got things to do. So yeah, what I'm kind of looking at right now, for me personally, is if we get a strong 15-minute candle closure, ideally above 660, then I would be looking for continuation upside at that point. I'd try and at least mirror that candle there, to be honest. And then anything after that I think will be pretty tough. But yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. So I think the 5-minute candle closed there, but I'm waiting for the 15-minute candle to close. Yeah, I want to see a break above this little minor resistance over here. Alright, cool. So thanks everyone on the YouTube. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be normal time tomorrow. Normal time tomorrow. So no worries. Cool. Right, nice one guys. Thanks very much. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Take care.